You would never ever imagine how this mysterious and weird story is going to unfold. In the end, Roland decided to help fully. She found a lawyer, told him everything, and they sought the former caregiver for clues, but she didn't believe in voodoo. She just thought it was all Big Me's handiwork and advised Roland to get out of there ASAP. On the way home, they passed by that food stand, when Roland suddenly heard a familiar chant from the record of the couple. She hurried over, only to see an old blind woman babbling away. Roland cautiously asked about the chant, and the woman immediately froze because that chant had been lost to time. What's more, she could sacrifice others to snatch their remaining life. In other words, it meant immortality. Finally, Roland realized that Big Me might be after Little Shuai's lifespan, so he decided to go his separate. The lawyer would handle the search warrant while Roland went to rescue Little Shuai. Back at the manor, he grabbed a handful of red dirt and sprinkled it at his bedroom door. Then he pretended his roof was leaking to low Big Me and said, "If you take a closer look, sure thing. Actually, I feel pain in this wall." Big Me's excuse to leave only confirmed Roland's suspicions. At dinner, Roland took the opportunity to drug Big Me, but she didn't fall unconscious right away. Instead, she collapsed and started casting a ritual on the floor. Roland quickly snatched it up, discovering it was a protection spell, which might come in handy later. He ran upstairs and found more clues, including a mysterious ritual under the bed, Roland's hair, and Little Shuai's desperate "help me," but looks like everything truly was Big Me's doing. Time was running out, so Roland prepped to escape with Little Shuai, only to find the iron gate. He tried hitting the gate with his car, but after several tries, the gate was unscathed while his car was damaged. Roland had no choice but to hide Little Shuai in the backyard and escape for help. Meanwhile, Big Me woke up, grabbed her shotgun, and strolled outside. Roland jumped onto a wooden boat to make his getaway. Roland made it to the lawyer's house, ready to show all the evidence. Just then, Big Me called the lawyer, who grabbed a recorder to start documenting, but Roland stumbled upon a terrifying secret at the desk. Roland realized the lawyer was in cahoots with Big Me and that he had revealed his own identity. The lawyer quickly choked Big Me, dragging her off. By the time Roland woke up, he found himself back at Big Me's house. Roland felt a sudden sting as he found himself in Big Me's body. It was painful. He noticed, while in Big Me's body, that it hurt badly. Talk about a wake-up call. Roland finally realized the lawyer and Big Me were in cahoots. Realizing he was exposed, the lawyer choked Big Me and dragged her away. When Roland woke up again, he was back at the. That was when he finally understood the true victim in this trap was him. And the real lawyer had been taken over by Little Shuai ages ago. In other words, the true lawyer occupied Little Shuai's body. Big Me grilled Roland about her partner's whereabouts. Suddenly, she saw red powder at the door and sensed trouble. Big Me went to the garden. The lawyer guarded Roland. To ditch the lawyer, Roland lied about finding his dad's photo. As he neared the room, he shoved the lawyer inside. He blocked the lawyer outside using red powder, then kicked the window and jumped out after entering the bedroom. In the chaos, he used the shattered glass to cut through the ropes, but as he turned to flee, he ran straight into Big Me. Roland whipped out the red powder he had prepped earlier, scattering it everywhere to completely block the lawyer's route. The two grappled, but Roland straight flung the lawyer downstairs with a touchy move. Roland seized the moment to call for help, but he hadn't even had a chance to find his father. Instead, he was drawn towards the opera house, where traps and spells awaited him. Then Roland recalled the protection spell, trusted magic, and began drawing a protective circle. Roland ran towards the opera house, spotting the traps laid out for him. It clicked at that moment. He remembered the protection spell and chose to embrace the magic, weaving a protective circle around. Roland dashed towards the opera house, staring at traps set up just for him. It finally dawned on Roland that Big Me had gone to great lengths to make him believe in the existence of magic. Only then could Big Me take over his body. The mirror revealed the shadow of someone possessed by Big Me, who then charged at. The following day, Roland gradually regained consciousness and slowly lifted himself up from the ground. Big Me successfully possessed Roland's body, while Roland ended up in a state like Little Shuai, paralyzed and reliant on medication to get by. At this very moment, the truth was completely clear. Big Me and Little Shuai were indeed that black couple. They had been using witchcraft for immortality for years, starting with the banker's children, then moving on to Roland and the lawyer. By the time Roland's best friend and the police arrived, it was too late. Not recognizing Roland's friend, Big Me sent the lawyer to introduce himself. The best friend then introduced herself to, successfully disarming any suspicion from Big Me. However, at that moment, the best friend had no idea that the frail figure lying in bed was her dear friend Roland. And here's where the story comes to a close. Whether you believe or not, that's the magic key to it all, but reality is often much more complex. Our eyes can deceive us and trap us in our misunderstanding. Like Roland, he entered the mysterious manor with reason and doubt, swept by supernatural events to gradually believe. Roland initially held on to scientific reasoning, instinctively doubting the absurd laws surrounding the manor. However, the mysterious altar, the eerily strange sounds, and the sudden appearance of spells continually challenged his understanding. He went from doubting the existence of magic to attempting to use magical items to solve the mystery. In desperation, he had no choice but to accept the horrifying reality of that mysterious power. If this video has captivated you, please remember to like it and subscribe. Let's meet again next time.